you need to get on your hands and knees and repent to your audience and apologize. This is nuts, and you know it's nuts.
From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
The InfoWars servers are laboring right now as the world tunes in to hear what myself and my guest are going to break down and say, and what callers to this broadcast are going to say about the historic, incredibly bold move that we witnessed yesterday by the president. Will the gamble succeed? We'll look at the pros and cons, where I think it's all going and where you think it's going today. This is the potential for World War III. If people think they're 3D chess, you just saw it from Trump. This smells of Trump. It's him. I get chills. I mean, wow. And I haven't spent a lot of time on this, but I really need to. I may come into a special report tomorrow just on it. One thing's for sure, 2020 is going to be amazing. I mean, in I think every way. Yes, I'm persecuted. Yes, they pay people to tell outrageous lies about me. But why? It's because, folks, we really know what we're talking about. My obnoxious, loudmouth Texan ass, because I'm real. And the obnoxiousness in all of it is endearing. I know, just like your obnoxiousness is endearing. Because you know what? It's real, folks. There's nothing fake here. I sometimes want to act a different way. I can't control myself. I'm a maniac. I need to go to your calls, but I need to probably do a special report so I don't cut into the main broadcast time in your calls. But I think they're getting ready to do a false flag and blame me, and they might kill me. And I don't know if this is the end of it. I don't know if that's what this is or whatever it is. But you know what? Hey, I asked for it, and I actually like it. Imagine that guy in a fist fight. You want to go to war with that guy? You think that guy's going to lead America? I think that guy cares about you folks?
Alex, they're the Mickey Mouse of the world. You don't even have to engage with them. They're so irrelevant, you have no idea.
No, I agree. I agree, though. It shows, why can't Trump, though, get more people around him to help him navigate? Because I get he's a businessman and knows how to get those things done, but he's got to get those traitors out.
Well, unfortunately, he bred his own self-destruction on a show that I said to you years ago when he brought in the neocons. When you bring in John Bolton, who is a chicken hawk.
Andrew in Idaho, then Cameron. Andrew, welcome.
Hey, it's good to talk to you again, Alex. Just really worried about the direction we're headed right now. Looks like we've drifted a long way since Ron Paul. If I could just start off real quick, just so you know that my wife says I'm your biggest fan. So,
well, I'm a big fan of you folks keeping us on air in defiance of the globalists, so God bless you, brother.
I've spent thousands on your store. I could probably give you the best product push you've ever had. But
well, give us the product push. I haven't done one yet this hour, and we're barely keeping it the size we are, so we need folks to buy the products. They're great products. Which products do you like best?
I think I have almost every one of your products, but I can't do a push for your products right now. I can't.
I understand. I thought you were segueing. If you'd like to, go ahead. Yeah. Sure. What's your take on, you said drone strikes, Obama, sleeper cells, due process?
I just feel like we've drifted a long way from, pulling out and becoming fiscally responsible. And our entire party has become very, very different from where we were when we were supporting Ron Paul. And that is the way it is. No, you're right. The Libertarian Nationalist Party that kind of formed, that helped get Trump in. We don't want to be co-opted if Trump becomes neoconian. We are exactly.
Good points. God bless you. Thank you, Andrew. Tell your wife I said hi. All right. We're going to go to Mo and Justin and Richard and everybody on the other side. Speaking of the products, these are the biggest sales we've ever had. We just escalated them last year into this year. I feel like Trump just got stronger. And I'm just being completely honest about how I see it. It doesn't mean it's a good thing. Doesn't mean it's not going to go bad. Doesn't mean we're not going to hear from you. Obviously, every caller is against this. I can see all of you are against it. And I'm here telling you that I understand why Trump did it. How about we petition the president to pull out? Okay, you made your point. You killed him. Now let's get the hell out of there. How about that? What do you think, listeners? Cameron in Missouri, thanks for holding. You lived in Iran, you say. Give us your take on this.
I think U.S. Owes the Iranian people basically a payback to the Ayatollahs because they brought him in, and I think U.S. needs to help the Iranian people, just empower them, like arm them, send the Green
Well, that's why
Beret
we're
on
trying to support the restart movement. What do you think about that group?
and all we need to do is to arm the Iranian young people who've been in the military, have the Green Beret. They're trained to do this kind of guerrilla warfare, and just train.
No, you're right. You're right. That well, I mean, we could easily just kill all the leadership in their bunkers, but I mean, the problem is it'll look like we're invading. And how would you propose overthrowing the dictatorship?
Alex, a no-fly zone like we did with the Kurds. Okay, just stop all air traffic over Iran, stop all trade, shut down everything, and let the people, arm the people, send the Green Berets in, arm the people in groups, and they will get rid of this government.
All right, we got to move quick here. We got a bunch of loaded phones. I appreciate everybody holding. I got a lot of calls in the first and second hour. Be Justin in Virginia. You're on the air with a comment or question. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, Alex. I'm a 31-year-old farmer in Virginia, and my community has really been hit hard in my lifetime. My population has been replaced with brown people that speak a different language than me. Countless friends and family have died from heroin overdoses. The family farms are going away, and we believed in Trump because he was supposed to be America first. And I believe in you, and I feel like crying right now because I have stickers, your InfoWars stickers on my truck. I buy your products, but you really let me down with this whole situation. And you sound like a fool going in circles trying to cover for Israel and trying to make sense of all this when you know it's not right. And I love you, Alex, but this isn't right. And you need to get on your hands and knees and repent to your audience and apologize. This is nuts, and you know it's nuts.
Well, Justin, let me respond. Okay, I'm fighting the fentanyl coming into the country, and so is Trump. And Iran has a dictatorship that just mowed down 600 of their own people. Communist China is a dictatorship with 2 million Muslims in concentration camps. Hold on. Who cares? I'm not a globalist. Globalism is for this world government. I'm for America, but America still has interest in, and I don't want these wars. And I've given you my honest view on what Trump did. And I've had play what Tucker Carlson had to say, and I get his perspective. And we've had callers that agree and disagree. We're not a cult where we're one thing or we're the other. We're trying to have a discussion. Okay, so quantify why I need to get down on my knees. And I want to get Dr. Steve Pieczenik's take on this, because what I've done. My issue is I know Iran's running proxy armies all over. I know they're working with elements of the deep state to try to sabotage Trump's plan to get us out of the Middle East. And this would actually lead to Iran being run by their own people. Will the neocons and others try to go into Iran and set up some new horrible thing if the Ayatollahs fall? Absolutely. Do I want regime change? No. I'm talking about real politics, the real stuff going on in the world. Do you think I'm like a hawk pushing war here?
Absolutely. You entertained regime change and you sound like Obama with a new.
Hold on. How do you think Trump got North Korea to come to the table? The deep state through China had them threatening to attack Japan and everybody to try to get us into a war and make us look like idiots. And then Trump geared up and they backed down. Let's get Steve Pieczenik's take. Doc, you want to comment on what he's saying here?
Well, with all due respect, I came out of the same area this gentleman comes from, Virginia. If he has a problem, I understand Virginia is a disaster of a state now. I do what I did. I moved to the South. I moved to Florida, to Texas. The Northeast, Virginia, Maryland, New York, California, Illinois, Michigan will all be finished for simple reasons. You have governors who are totally ineffectual. At the local level, you're totally ineffectual. You don't have commissioners who can do roads or do anything else. You can complain, sir, but the bottom line is very simple. You come down to the South, you come down to where we have no taxes and we carry guns, I think you'll be a happier man. But don't blame Alex Jones. This is not his fault. This is not anybody's fault.
Let me throw it at him this way. Let me throw, but I mean, I think he's allowed to ask a question. I agree with. Let me throw this at him and get both your takes on this. I got really mad when Trump bombed that little chemical base in Syria because I thought it meant a huge war like it always has in the past. He did that to silence the hawks and to then make the enemies back off, and it was a measured response, and it worked really well. Okay, now if this gets expansive, I'm not going to be happy. I think this is a measured response. I don't like seeing the troops being upped. It could go bad, but I don't understand how you think I'm betraying you being pro-war. I'm not telling Trump what to do, and I think we'll still see how this unfolds.
With Steve, because Steve, I'm staying in Virginia because my family's been here since the 1700s. I'm fighting. I'm either fighting or that's all there is to it. But this isn't America first. We got to get out of all this stuff. It is enough, Alex, and you know it is. And
well, I think what Pachinik's saying is if that regime goes down and they get a populist regime in Tehran, that will absolutely stabilize a lot of the Middle East, and you won't have the big Shiite-Sunni conflict, and Saudi Arabia won't have the excuse to be on the warpath. Is that an accurate statement in your view, Dr. Pachinik?
Yeah. Also, remember, there are allies who agree with what we're doing. Number one, we couldn't have done this without Russia's agreement. That's what, a week ago, that's when Trump and Putin agreed on it. Number two, it's a destabilizing force, which we need how to resolve in order to shift to East Asia. We want to get out of the Middle East. He said it. In order to get out of the Middle East, we have to resolve a problem that's been the focus of an issue for about 20, 30 years, thanks to the Bush, thanks to the Trump administration, to the
that's
Obama.
what Trump always says. He's cleaning up the problems the deep state created. Exactly. It's why they hate him. He's tying up the loose ends. And if he doesn't, then we'll start getting upset. I mean, Justin, I think you got to give us a little bit, a little bit more benefit of the doubt here.
The room. Let's just stop with this, with the stuff.
Okay, Justin, I appreciate your call. I got to move on to other people, all right? All right, I got to move on to other people. It's very interesting calls, and that's how you're able to call in. CNN and stuff, when they take calls, it's all controlled. You just called in, you're on the air. That's what InfoWars is, not a cult. Justin, I think you got to give us a little bit, a little bit more benefit of the doubt here.
The room. Let's just stop with this, with the stuff.
Okay, Justin, I appreciate your call. I got to move on to other people, all right? All right, I got to move on to other people. It's very interesting calls, and that's how you're able to call in. CNN and stuff, when they take calls, it's all controlled. You just called in, you're on the air. That's what InfoWars is, not a cult. My wife is very, very pleased because let's just say I'm even more frisky than ever and extremely virile. I'm always virile, but I'm more virile than when I was 17 years old, 18 years old. These products are amazing. Give yourself the gift of health, and it helps fund the InfoWar. Go to InfoWarsStore.com and get some of the amazing products that have really helped me and so many others. Thank you all for your support. Take action. Newtonian physics is clear.
You need to get on your hands and knees and repent to your audience and apologize. This is nuts, and you know it's nuts.
I sometimes want to act a different way. I can't control myself. I'm a maniac.